Hi, Mayor. How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you. Just want to get your thoughts on The Wire. What do you think about the show?
Well, I mean, the show is a fiction show, and it doesn't reflect Baltimore. Some people believe it does, but I don't believe it does. It's a small fragment of a reflection of urban cities across the country. And for me, I look at it and I take back information to try to improve some of those neighborhoods that are weak, that struggle with drug addiction and some of the other factors. Like last season's where I really paid attention to it because it dealt with schools and it looked at the young men whose parents were in prison who were having them sell drugs and market for them while they were in prison. But it gave us a message how we needed to work with those young people in the schools to really help them because they were crying for help. So I mean, it's also an opportunity where local artists who have an opportunity to perform in the show. But overall, you know, it doesn't reflect the really great city that we have, and we never want to portray that this is what Baltimore is about.
I mean, it does take place in Baltimore.
It does take place in Baltimore, but it affects cities across the country, urban cities where we struggle with, you know, crime and drugs.
Have you been offended at all when you watched it? We're talking about 4 seasons of really showing failing institutions, public schools, the police department, and so forth. Have you been offended?
Well, you know, for me, I have never been offended. For me, what it says is that we need to take a look and work harder at improving our schools so that our kids can get the best education. Because that's really the key to success for anyone to get out of poverty, to anyone to make good choices. Same thing with the police department. You know, it's a matter of improving what we're doing with our police officers, being out there on the street, being visible, regaining trust. Same thing with politicians. I mean, people have asked me, is that how y'all really act? And I have to say, no, I don't act. I don't sit and I don't get in meetings and curse and fuss, you know, but it is reflected of some degree in cities across this country.
Sorry, go ahead.
Leslie, what do you think about this season? We're hearing it's going to really reflect the media's role in Baltimore.
I'm really excited to see the media's role in this whole, that's really why I'm really excited about watching it, just to see if it really portrays the way the media sometimes can be somewhat of an enemy or not giving and sharing the real light of what happens. And so I'm really excited about looking at, hopefully they'll portray the sun in a light that many of us already feel. Oh, me too. But I don't know.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel? That leaves a question.
I don't think sometimes that the media, particularly print media, and even visual media, really gives the whole picture and the total story. You give a little capture, but you don't give all the information. Sometimes it's misguided.
Did you see the first episode yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are y'all going in to see it?
I don't know if we'll be able to sit inside.